Say that again so the camera gets it.
Also, the tutoring center helps a lot. They're always willing to work with you on all of them.
Work with tutors. They know they'll see you coming. You'll show them what you're working. Oh, it's Sean. Sit down. They're ready for it. They're ready for it. They know it's not traditional, but they're ready for it. Stat tutors. Did we talk about this already? Stat versus math tutoring downstairs. Make sure if you're going to go to the tutoring center, you grab the yellow-blue can, not the red-green one. Apparently, when you go for math tutoring, you grab a red and green can, and if you get stuck, you put the red up. With stat, I guess it's yellow and blue. I think they were doing that last year. I don't know which side up means you're stuck, but you'll figure that out pretty quickly. But it's because stat tutoring requires a certain something that math tutors might not have, and vice versa. So good, tutoring center. Email me if you get stuck. Hopefully you've discovered, if nothing else in the past hour, I'm a fairly approachable dude. Email me with questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, which is usually within a day, and I'll get your questions answered. If you're having a problem with something that was on your assessment, take a snip of it, email me the snip. If you're working on an Excel spreadsheet, email me your Excel spreadsheet. We'll communicate back and forth till we get an answer. Talk to me. Tell me your name again.
Nikki.
Nikki, thank you.
No problem. Do you know the hours for tutoring? Because it's all TBA.
It's all TBD, right? I just checked it earlier, and I don't yet. I think the Smart Lab tutoring hours are up, though. Let's just take a look, Nikki, real quick.
I'm on there and there's nothing.
Nothing yet, Smart Lab either? Okay. So I will, right here are the links for the tutoring. We have Smart Lab tutoring, which is up in Grandview. I recommend crampons and an ice axe for that one. And there's also a tutoring lab downstairs in the basement. Both of them will be uploaded as soon as we can get them uploaded.
What's smart tutoring? What are you talking
Smart
about?
Lab, it's loosely tied to an old, I'll just tell you what it is. It's a room in Grandview. Grandview Hall, so basically go as high as you can. And then, it's around the corner from my office. If you've been in my office at 226, it's around the corner from that. It's a place where you can go in and get tutoring help. You can also check out a laptop if you want to work on a laptop. It's another tutoring space, so to speak. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. We'll get that updated as soon as we can. I can speak for the Smart Lab. I can't speak for this one. That'll be uploaded pretty quickly, I would imagine. Shoot. I had an idea and it's gone. It'll come back. So, yes, thank you, Jordan, for the tutoring suggestion. Fantastic. Talk to each other. Talk to me. Pretty much, I want you to use resources. My questions are not solve for X in this equation. My questions often are, if somebody asks you what typically happens, how would you answer and why? And you're going to be using ideas from class on those kinds of things, but they're going to make you think. They're going to be thinker questions. What we don't do in math, we make it with critical thought, and I love that, because that's the way education should be. Let's become thinkers, not regurgitators. Blech. Plus it tastes bad. Yes, talk to me. Kaylin.
Yes.
Kaylin, not a T. Kaylin. Not time, no. There are due dates. Thank you for bringing this up, my friend. There are due dates for assessments. Almost inevitably, they're Friday at 10 a.m. for any given week. So Project 3 is due Friday 10 a.m. week 3. Exam 1 is due Friday 10 a.m. week 5. Each quiz is due Friday 10 a.m. the week it's posted. But as soon as I get them uploaded, you can start working on them. And you don't log in. It's a document that opens up. Think of it as a big textbook you're just paging through, right? Like when you open a quiz, it's just like one page in a textbook. You open a project, it's a little subsection of a textbook. Open it as many times as you want. You're not going to get timed out of it. Not at all. You can print it if you want to. If you printed every assessment that I have, you'd have a textbook. Like a 300-page textbook. But that's ridiculous. I'm not making you buy that. I'd give it to you for free. So yeah, they're not timed. They just have due dates. Cool? Thank you for that question. That's a very good question. These really good questions are all they're asking. Thank you. I appreciate them. Yes. How's it feel? Okay? A little weird, I'm sure. A little bit strange. But is it, you think you can handle this? Actually, it's a stupid question. I know you can handle it. Is it making sense as far as how stuff... Oh, I will email you a progress report every week. Did I tell you that already? I don't know if I told you that or not. I did. I'm going to mass email you a mail-merged progress report. Don't check Blackboard for your grade. I think I turned that option off in Blackboard so you can't look at your grade in Blackboard. You can look at your grades of the things you turn in. But Blackboard also sums all those grades up and gives you some kind of a grade because of it. I don't want you looking at that. And here's why. When you do stuff in class like warm-ups and in-class quizzes, I don't put them in Blackboard. I put them into my Excel spreadsheet, and that's what I will be emailing to you every Friday. So I will email you a progress report tomorrow. I will. Even if you don't do either quiz, you get a progress report without a grade on it. It'll be blank. If you do a quiz, you'll see your grade on the quiz, you'll see your grade in the course, you'll see your letter grade in the course. All that stuff will be there. Every week you'll get one of those. You'll get 11, I guess, of those from me. Yeah. Unless I screw up and she do 12 or 13. So I'm not going to do that too. But that's how I stay in touch with your grade. You want to check that, make sure everything looks copacetic. Cool-ish, fair-ish, maybe-ish. More questions. I love the questions you've asked. You've hit kind of the greatest hits of the syllabus. I do appreciate that. Please, Nikki.
So we're with the option of like something like 30 points a week? Is that what I'm getting? Like
If you wanted to average it, probably, but it's wildly fluctuating. For example, this week is 20 because 2 quizzes. Next week is probably going to be 30, 2 warm-ups and 2 quizzes. The following week will be something like 45 because there'll be a project in that week. Then 30, then 150 because of the exams. So it might smooth out to 30 or something like that. Here's the bare minimum. The bare minimum number of points total is 400. Here's why. 2 exams at 100 points apiece. 10 quizzes at 10 points apiece, so that's 100. So that's 300 total. And 4 projects, 25 points apiece, so that's 100 more, so that's 400. I will tell you this right now, I have never had a student do exactly 400 points and nothing else. Because they do the warm-ups, because they do extra quizzes, right? So 400 is the bare minimum. So I guess 400 divided by 10 is 40. So it smooths to 40 points a week, I guess. But for most students, it smooths to more. That was a lot of math. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that today. It was a good question, Nikki. I appreciate it. More questions. That was a fantastic one. Thank you. I will offer you at least 2 quizzes a week. So that way you have that choice, that toggle choice. I like to offer 3. I sense sometimes students get freaked out because you're very diligent students, and if I offer 3, you might think you have to do 3, but you don't, right? You don't have to do any. You can open all quizzes for a week and hate them all and not do any of them. That's totally fine. That's why I made them optional. Ask me more questions. I love that. That's so good. Anything at all?
You really hate the GPA because I think we all do too.
I do. I despise the GPA. As a matter of fact, I made a change last term I want to share with you. I'll explain more next week because I don't want to just tell you I hate GPA and leave it at that. That's ridiculous. That's like what our news media does when they drop an unsourced claim on you. I want to show you mathematically why I don't like it. But here's something I changed recently. I never used minus grades before because I hated it. I hate the minus grades. But one of my colleagues told me, hey, but if you do it this way, and I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. So what I started doing, you might see an A minus or a B minus on your grade for any given week or even for the course. And what I did was A minus is actually the top part, the extreme top of a B range. I used to be on a 10-point scale. So 0.9 something was an A, 0.8 something was a B, 0.7 something was a C. But what I did was I infiltrated the A's down into the top of the B range because an A minus is worth more than a B plus. A minus is like, if I remember correctly, it's 3.67, and a B plus is 3.33. I said, ooh, this is a 4-credit class. That's like 1.3 points more I can give these kids. Let's do it. So yeah, I hate GPA, so I play the game my own way. It looks convoluted. You have to do no math at all, by the way. I mean, the math that my Excel computer does is that. It's doing that for you. It's keeping track of all of that. And there's tons of things that are being added. And this is what pops out. So, yeah, I despise it. Yeah, we'll get back to it. I don't want to get too...
Statistically speaking, no pun intended, kids get A's in your class?
Well, statistically speaking, here's generally speaking what the distribution looks like. A, B, C, D, F. It looks something along this line. It's not this. It definitely is something that looks like kind of like this. It's an exponential or regressing curve. But I tried for that. Recently, 3 months ago, I got a student formerly from my 243 class. He said he was taking a computer science class at PSU. Grade distribution was this on an exam.
Sounds like Spanish.
And I said, no, it's bueno. And I said, what did the prof do? He's like, he added 30 points to everybody's exam. And I'm like, did he address why a third of the class failed and roughly 50% of them, 60% didn't pass at all? He said, no, he just added 30 points. And I'm like, well, what the hell's the point of that? I'm like, what learning happened, right? So I try to, this is what this is all about. It's all about creating an environment that you actually learn in. That's the point, is I want you to learn. I want you to get something from the class. Yeah, we'll talk more, I promise. Any other questions? That was a fantastic one, thank you. Hate's a strong word, but I do hate GPA. I actually invented 2 other ones, GPM1 and GPM2. We'll come back to what they mean. Decent? Okay. I'm watching the clock, Nick, so you don't have to. Kayla. Okay. Doesn't have to either. Her back's to it. It's harder for her.
Oh, I'm watching.
Oh, you are? All my eyes are on him. 5 minutes and counting. 300 seconds. 299. 8. So let me just drop on you why I love this course so much. An example of why I love this course so much for 5 minutes. Just to give you a kind of an idea of where we're going to head on Tuesday, assuming that we're here on Tuesday and we'll get flooded out of here. So this is just the very beginning of the PowerPoint that I would have done more of with you on Tuesday had we been here. And I never get to this whole PowerPoint. This is just a collection of ideas. If we have time, we'll get to it. So one of the things that drives me insane, I mentioned it, Nikki, when you said something, I said that's as bad as when the media drops an unsourced claim on us. So one of the problems